Good morning, folks. Very nice today. Let us consult the wheel of misfortune. See what we're working on today, shall we? More framework. I have a cunning plan. It involves that section of the frame down there. I'll whip this all off again and then I'll talk through what we're doing today. Hold on to your hats, people, it's about to get sketchy. So as you know, these are the headers I want to use, but I feel there's not enough space in there for that. It won't be by much, but it might be enough to prevent. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to lift the engine up. I'm going to attach these either side, lower it down and see how close we are. If it fits, fantastic, but I don't think it will. But the very worst, I think it's just going to be a bit tight here. So here's my sketchy plan. I'm going to just scallop a little section out. It'll be a sort of a triangular section out of that corner there. And then plate it with the same thickness of steel. If I do it nice and curved, it could look lovely, but I don't know if I've got the patience today for that, but we'll see. Bearing in mind, these beams are brand new, they're thicker than the original, and they're completely boxed round. So that is stronger than what was originally there, so I really don't have a problem taking a little scallop out and then reinforcing it again. So let's get the motor up high, fit these headers, lower it down, see where we're at. Okie dokie, let's lower it down, see how little space we have. It's going to be very close, if even possible. Let's put this down here so that I can destroy the camera when the engine lands on it. Okay, definitely not. So, how much are we talking here? Because it is just the Let me use a better pointing device. It really is just this section that I'm worried about. This section should be okay. It's just from there to there. Let's chop it 1 inch. I'll check the other side. Yeah, pretty much the same. Okay, engine out and get the angle grinder. I'll just show you the sections I'm chopping out. So the crosshatch is a section that the absolute minimum, and the curved sections would be the artistic stuff. So I'll chop out that. That'll be easy enough to chop out that section there. Same on this side. And you know what? I might as well chop out a little bit, make it easier to wiggle about. Right. I'll need about 4 discs for this because that's thick steel. On with the show. Right, let's try this on for size. It's not exactly artistic at the moment, so I'll try test fit. If there's plenty of space, I'll put in a little plate to cover them and weld them up. Right, engine back in again. I have a tiny bit of trimming to do. It's a little bit close down there. Just need to flatten that. It is actually going to go over that way a little bit. Not to worry about that. On the other side I need to trim off a corner. Just that corner there. I'll just run that parallel with that and that'll make it easier to do a panel down there. So this actually serves 2 purposes. One, I've got room for the headers. I don't have to adjust them by hammering them in. It also means that, you know, I can get different headers at some point. I don't have to worry about making the headers fit every time I get new ones. And that'll be plenty strong once I box it in. Now the second thing is, now that I've made this notch, I should be able to take the headers out without having to remove the engine every time. That makes sense. So let me get the engine out one more time, trim that up, set it back down on its mounts and just make sure before I weld everything up again. I still need to make the transmission mount. I'll try and do that today. Right, we're all trimmed down. We've got daylight between that gap. And a bit of daylight there. That mount's not quite sitting right at the moment. So what I'll do just now, I shall do the acid test and see if I can get these headers off without taking the engine out, okay? Oh, yes! Yes! Might as well do the other side, eh? Okay, so the other side won't come out because the starter motor's in the way, but it's only 2 bolts to get the starter motor out, so it's a lot easier to remove that than it is the entire engine. So I'm pretty sure once the starters come out, the header will come out no problem. So that's pretty good. So I shall remove the engine again and close up these holes that I made. I made my little scallop plates. I left a little bit of gap because I know they're going to expand when I weld, because thick steel, lots of heat. They should work quite nice. Let's get welding. Right, one side is cleaned up. I think that looks okay. I'll probably be painting the whole frame either black or hammered grey anyway, so that should blend in quite nicely. Doesn't look so bad when it's not a big gaping, ouch, not a big gaping hole. So just the other side to grind down. Then we'll get the engine back in for the 5th time today. I finished the other side and decided just to throw on some of that paint I was talking about. So it's a sort of hammered gunmetal grey. I think that's come out quite nice. You know, it's not gone too far into the frame and it's only taken that angle out. And it's got the same thickness of steel plate round it, so it should be fine. Right, let's get it all back together. You know it's going to rain tomorrow, right? as usual. I'd like, you know, 2 days in a row of sunshine. That would be nice. Don't worry, it'll be summer soon. Right, we'll get this together. Engine back in. Let's do a little test fit of these headers, shall we? Like a glove. And not even a latex glove. Proper woolly glove. Oh yeah. Oh yes indeed. Let's check the clearance, shall we? Plenty of clearance. Plenty. And the other side I had to take the starter motor off. So in order to get this on, I need to actually put the starter motor in this gap and then put the header on and then put the starter on, but that's still easier than having to lift the engine up. So that sits there. Good clearance as well, so very pleased with that. Very happy. Another step forward. Yeah. Noisy bikers. Just you wait till I get this revving up. Right, I shall wrap things up there for the day. Before you go, please hit the like button and please consider subscribing. If you do subscribe, do me a favour, leave a comment of your location so I can put your pin in the map. That's the thing I'm doing. I've got a world map. Everyone gets a location, okay? So I have no idea what I'm doing tomorrow. I have a feeling we're getting rain again, so it might be an indoor project. I will need to consult the Wheel of Misfortune. See you then. Bye bye.